What's going on, Z community? It's me, Azizz, and today we're going to be talking about the best broker for Canadian day traders. Let's go. Now, before you start catching feelings, this is based on my personal experience. So I'm going to be looking at 3 different factors that will decide the best broker. These factors are going to be commissions, user experience, and reliability. All right, let's start off with the commissions. When it comes down to Canadian day traders using Thinkorswim, you're going to have to pay $10 per trade. Now, this is very similar to what the Canadian banks have to offer because theirs starts anywhere from $4 to $6. And it can go up to $10 per trade. Questrade, on the other hand, gives you 2 options. The first option being, hey, subscribe to our $90 data package and you'll get commissions for 1 cent a share. Or the other option is, don't subscribe to our data package, it's fine, we're not hurt, but you're gonna have to pay $4.95 a minimum per trade and up to $9.95 at a maximum. Then you have interactive brokers, which gets super complicated because when it comes down to calculating commissions for interactive brokers, they look at a bunch of different factors. Some factors that they're looking at are what countries are these stocks in, what markets are you buying the actual stocks from, and what currency are you using. I know it seems pretty complicated, so that's why I've made an IB review video in the past, so be sure to check it out and get some more information from there. Now, user experience. When it comes down to the user experience of the platforms offered by the big 6 banks, it's pretty limited for day traders. I was personally using RBC Direct Investing. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I did not find the user experience to be good for day traders whatsoever. I think when it comes down to the actual platforms that these guys offer, it's more for like the long-term investor or even the swing trader. We'll talk about this a little bit more when it comes down to the reliability of these guys. Now, interactive brokers. These guys offer a bunch of different tools that you can use, but again, it's super complicated. IB is just more directed towards professional investors or professional day traders, which is why it's such a complicated platform. But even though there's a huge learning curve, if you're someone who's still getting into the game, I know for a fact that you will learn so much more than somebody who uses another platform instead. Like me, for example, I've been investing for years and been day trading for a couple of years as well, but I just look at the IB platform, even TWS, and I'm just like, TWS is just the platform that interactive brokers offers where you can actually make day trades and swing trades. Now, when it comes down to the user experience of Questrade, big shout out to these guys, they've completely nailed it. Now, when it comes down to Questrade, you can actually download a software called IQ Edge. This is where you'll be doing most of your day trading or your swing trading. Now, when you first download it and you open up the software, you're gonna be looking at it and it's gonna look intimidating. But I pinky promise you, within 30 minutes, you'll become a professional. Even if you're still having trouble, I've also made a tutorial on how to set up IQ Edge, which you could check anywhere in one of these 2 corners. And because I first started day trading through Thinkorswim's platform, when I first opened up IQ Edge, I was like, wow, what an ugly platform. But if this is your first time, then it should be completely fine because you get used to it. What's going on, Z community? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to let you guys know that we just released our Z line. Now, the Z line is going to be a phone number where you can text me at any given point of time. Any questions that you guys might have or even follow-ups to certain videos, give me a shout and I'm more than happy to help out. On top of this, I'm going to be giving you guys some motivational texts from time to time and even some specific things to look out for when it comes down to investing within the stock market or even just things when it comes down to credit. So text the phone number that you see on the screen right now and I'll even put it in my description. So don't miss out on this opportunity to get in-demand help by texting the number that you see on this screen right now. I've also put this number in my description if you want to check it out. And I also promise that I'm not going to be R-bombing. Alright, thanks Z community. Now enjoy the rest of the video. And this is what brings us to the Thinkorswim platform offered by TD Ameritrade. Now, don't get TD Ameritrade and TD Bank confused because TD Ameritrade is just the TD Bank of the States. When it comes down to the user experience itself, I think Thinkorswim actually takes the cake. There's a lot more of a learning curve in comparison to IQ Edge, but it's less than using the TWS software from IB. I just love Thinkorswim. They offer you so many different features and they just make things so much simpler. Examples of this are looking at charts, calculating your profits and losses, options, and the list just goes on. I think user experience is also a big pro of Thinkorswim. The reason I stopped using Thinkorswim is because the commissions were just way too high for me, and I said, you know what? I don't want no beef. Now, reliability. When it comes down to the big 6 banks, reliability is 100% there. But when it comes down to day trading and the softwares that they offer, I don't think so. Now, I'm coming from someone who's actually used RBC's direct investing platform before, and I just didn't like it whatsoever, because when you would place a trade, it wouldn't register until the next day, and it was just annoying for me. I think when it comes down to the big 6 banks, they're just more focused on people who do long-term investments or even swing traders. But for day traders, I wouldn't really say it's reliable in terms of day trading. Not a thing. IQ Edge. Now, a lot of people complain about IQ Edge saying, oh, it's so slow, or oh, it's lagging again. But honestly, I think it just ties down to the specs of your computer. If you got good stuff on your laptop or your computer, IQ Edge shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. Like, I've personally experienced lags with IQ Edge, but it's just because my laptop is literally on life support. Like, I would be loading up Google and I'd be expecting a lag. I'll be like, oh, here we go again. Like, it really depends on the specs. Now, when it comes down to Thinkorswim, the last time that I've actually used this platform was when Americans were paying commissions. From the friends that I know that also use Thinkorswim, they told me that it's been extremely laggy and there have been service interruptions ever since it got commission free. Now, from the time of making this video, this was about 2 years ago or about a year ago, ever since they made it commission free, so I'm pretty sure they've fixed those little bugs. Now, at the time when I was using Thinkorswim, trades were just going at the speed of light, no interruptions there. Now, TWS, offered by Interactive Brokers. I've heard a lot of good things about the platform when it comes down to reliability, but I've personally never traded on the software itself. I've only taken a look at it and I was just like, no, I'm not trying to put my time into learning this entire platform. It's confusing, but again, the learning curve is large, but it is definitely worth it if you want to learn. Now, putting this all together, I think Questrade's IQ Edge takes the cake when it comes down to day trading platforms in Canada. Number one, they've got either the middle in terms of the commission ranges or one of the lowest in terms of reliability. If your computer is reliable, IQ Edge is reliable, and user experience is very simple. But question of the day is, what platforms have you tried before? Let us know in the comment section down below, because by doing so, you're helping the entire Z community. But anyway, Z community, thank you for watching. This has been Azizz signing out. Peace.